Boom! Booyaka siya, bro!
Hello.
Saka dyan! Yan!
Project Pilipinas.
Models of Manila. Naka-blue check. Yung isa naka-blue, hindi naka-blue check sa Twitter anymore. Yan! Yung isa mga ka-blue check natin dyan,
Okay naman mga ka-blue
Elon
check.
Musk boys. Yeah, represent. Represent. Ako, marami tayong pag-usapan. Republic of Karen. Bago tayo pumunta sa mga more controversial, let's talk about less controversial pero controversial pa rin. So, there is a discussion right now na parang maraming mga quote-unquote dilawan or liberals or mga pro-liberal elements ay parang pumapasok na sa bagong administration na yan.
Administration, no?
What's going on there? What's the news you got there, bro, that you can share on the record? Because I cannot share mine on the record.
Yun nga eh. I wanted to ask you nga eh. Pero ako lang, yung mga naririnig ko lang, yung mga lumalabas sa mga news, ang daming usapan na maa-appoint daw next month mga coming from Liberal Party or mga tao ni Pinoy. Nandiyan yung hindi mamatay na usap-usapan na si Mar Rojas, might get agriculture. Agriculture kasi relative ni Lisa. So that's one. Tapos 'di ba nung sa Rojas Day the other week magkakasama sila si Sara, si GMA. So Mar Rojas is one. The other one may lumalabas din si sa DOH.
Right. Congressman yung natalo for Congress yung isang alam ko eh. Sino ba yung narinig mo?
One I'm hearing is si Menggita Padilla.
Padilla, exactly. Correct.
Yun.
That's correct. That's that
is being backed daw by people from Pinoy camp. So,
okay,
mga
we have this
ganun.
information pala. Okay.
Oo. So, ang daming mga usap-usapan. Of course, yung hindi mamatay-matay din si Jojo Ochoa, kung ano ba yung role niya sa Marcos administration.
Isa pa yan.
And recently, yung kay Christian Esguerra, yung interview nitong si Sunny Trillanes, si former Senator Sunny, ako, after watching it, I'm getting the impression na itong si Senator Sunny is on his way na patalon na. He keeps on talking about the word realignment. Realignment. So,
dapat crossover. Dapat yung term
crossover. Jump ship. He keeps on using yung case ni Leila de Lima na it will be a game changer kung maayos and there might be realignments. So parang ang lumalabas sa akin, there might be a chance, kung pagbabasihan ko yung body language niya, na some people from the Pinoy camp or the yellow camp will jump over to the Marcos side at ang magiging opposition ay yung mga DDS na who are critical of Marcos ngayon.
Right.
Parang ganun yung impression sa akin.
Plus Makabayan Block, right? Plus Makabayan
Block. Na always opposition naman yun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yun. Si Trillanes is also critical of the Makabayan Block. They don't get along, di ba?
Yeah.
So yun ang lumalabas na parang si Trillanes, he is very critical of Duterte and yung ICC and yung ganun-ganun. Pero pagdating kay Marcos, let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yun alam na this.
A chance. Let's give the... So I want to ask then from you, kasi marami ka din kaibigan from that side. Ano ba ang nangyayari? Is there going to be a yellow takeover or yellow alliance? And how will this shape yung pagtakbo sa 2025? What is happening?
What side, bro? Unity tayo ngayon. What side? Nagmamahal tayo ngayon lahat, bro. We're all in the same nation building project. Wala na yung mga kalimutan na lahat.
Wala na yung mga...
Except kung DDS ka. Sorry na lang, diba? Pero the rest, bro, no. Just to give the broader picture, nung last year pa lang, if you look at many people involved in the economic policy, I'm not gonna name names, but many people involved in economic policy, many so-called oligarchs rallying behind Marcos Jr. A lot of them were associated with the other side, the liberal side. They were backing, in fact, Lenny during the election period. I know some people who are in the Lenny team and then now are in this admin. Last year pa, bro. So the idea that there'll be a second batch coming in after his first year and after yung lapse ng 1-year moratorium dun sa mga natalo, 1-year ban dun sa mga natalo, totally no surprise. In fact, yung kay DOH, kay Padilla, that's also the information I got from people who are very familiar with the internet. So I think we kind of are confirming that that person is actually in top position to take over DOH. Kaya hinintay talaga ni Marcos yan because he wants to bring in people who have the administrative skills, the medical credentials, but also can help with the unity, right? With the unity. And I think the Balisacan appointment already last year, who also worked for Aquino, was already the signal of, okay, let's call it realignment. Some others would call it jumping the ship. Some others would call it crossover, right? Depending on how you want to put it. No, I think for me, the big issue really here is becoming EDCA because Marcos is really going in even more than I perhaps would be comfortable with. Like, kaya nga biglang sinabi ko, hindi, in fairness naman kay Amy, my point din siya. Kasi parang, wait lang, at next level na talaga si BBM. He's going all in na dito sa US. In the coming days, he'll be in the White House. Tignan natin kung matapatan niya yung American Pie song ni President Yoon ng Korea. Maglabas na siguro ng saxophone si Marcos. Diba? I said this on the record pag nangyari yan. Alam niyo na sinag-predict ng saxophone Junior. Huh? Anyway, no, so I think that the things are coming together. This constellation of forces are all coming together. And I think EDCA is really becoming the key point. Another one is also the Lima Week, which is associated with the whole ICC issue, drug war issue. So I think Marcos is not comfortable enough on the ICC issue to go against Duterte all the way, but I think he's far more comfortable with the Lima slowly, being, brought back into fold and also recalibrating the whole drug war. I would also add, bro, pagdating sa media government relations, you can see Marcos Jr. is really on the charm offensive. Again, I'm not going to name names, but bro, from what I know, like
yung KVP kagabi.
They're getting very chummy. I mean, bro, the big media, big magazines, they're all getting super chummy with Marcos. Obviously, there are also some pro-Marcos tycoons people who are still influential in the media business. So, yeah, bro, it's totally different situation. Yun yung parang, in the same way that the media was so nice to Pinoy, I mean, at least by Philippine standards, parang ganun na nangyari, bro, which is totally opposite of what happened with Duterte, no? And if you're ABS-CBN now essentially has a de facto merger with TV5 as kind of a production house, and they're also exploring other ways they can kind of get halfway in at least back into the mainstream media, especially after hindi na gumana kay Villar. Pag-usapan natin yung Villar na yung all TV, right? Hindi gumana.
Ito tanong ko, Richard, as para sa mga kakampings, should I feel betrayed? How am I supposed to feel about this? Kung ako yung diehard kakamping, I spent so many months rallying against Marcos, ganyan. How should I feel about this? Na yung mga nakasama ko noon, ilang leaders namin noon, are now getting close doon sa, pero they are in a position to do stuff, to get stuff done. Diba? Pero how should I feel about this if I am a kakamping? Yun ang curious ako.
I think the issue there is, I mean, my sense is even some of our partners, like let's say US, diba? Kunyari, democracy promotion and all sila, tapos sobrang chummy-chum sila kay Marcos, diba? It's like, what's going on here, right? So obviously there's an awkwardness, not only in the part of liberals in the Philippines, but also in the part of liberals in the US, right? And all around the world, diba? Kasi si Marcos, super chummy siya with UK, with US, with Australia, yung Japan, ibang usapan niyan. So I think that awkwardness is kind of universal right now, na parang suddenly Marcos Jr. pa yung parang breath of fresh air, parang, again, mamaya mabash na naman ako. I said parang, ganun. Kasi nga, digong yung, di ba? You went from 10 to 0, so it's still an improvement for a lot of people. No, so, and I think ang daming nagalit talaga kay Digong kasi yung ginawa niya sa China, yung talagang kowtowing siya, dami niyang kalokohan na ginawa. So I think that suddenly makes Marcos Jr. seem like a savior, like, oh, someone is bringing back the relationship with the US. So bro, forget about kakamping. So many people are feeling weird about this, but they can't help but embrace Marcos as a kind of
parang should I be less antagonistic or should I be less, di ba? Kasi kung ikukumpara mo dahil ang layo-layo niya kay Digong, yun ang tanong siguro nung iba. Yun ang very interesting to see how things will be accepting yung ganyan yung mga ganyang changes dito sa Marcos administration.
Yeah, I think they're
lalo na kapag
oh, bro, thank you. I actually like this. Suddenly, parang, I think this is a very serious, important discussion. Biglang sana nag-quote na lang ako. No. I think that the responses are on multiple levels. Like, some would say he's doing so okay on the foreign policy to protect our interests at West Philippine Sea that could be already a point of coming in together. Others would say, pwede na yan, but we also want to see other things, including DILAWS getting free and at least some sort of improvement on the media relations and freedom of expression. And then they'll say, medyo okay na kami dyan. And then there are more demanding group who would say, no, it's not enough ayusin mo lang foreign policy or palayin mo lang si De Lima. There has to be something done with the corruption issue, right? Including yung background of MARCOS and his refusal for his So I think my level sense. So in short, Marcos is splitting the opposition and he could divide and conquer the situation. So it's a very shrewd political move on his part. And I don't think the Dutertes are in a position to really mobilize against him because even Sara Duterte is being very careful, right? But Sara is not going against Marcos on any of the major issues because she's already looking at her own step. Hindi na yung tatay niya. Kasi yung tatay niya wala na, nasa kabila na eh.
I have inside info din.
Yeah, si Sara, please share on Sara. Let's talk about Sara right after this. Yeah.
She is the one talking doon sa more aggressive pro-DDS ng mga tatay niya. If they're being too aggressive on Marcos, minsan si Sara na is the one pacifying.
Calming them down.
Wow. Calming them down. So may ganong
liaison na siya. Parang liaison officer na siya doon sa DDS. Oh, wow. So shock absorber siya. So she's absorbing the shock for Marcos.
Kasi syempre
if
you are DDS naman, you're thinking then, nako in a few years baka si Sara na presidente. If I don't follow her now, diba? Baka ako naman yung hindi mabigyan. So may ganong factor ngayon na nangyayari.
Or if Sara fights Marcos, baka hindi na siya manalo later on because Marcos will back Tulfo, someone else. So to protect Sara, let's just be nice to Marcos.
Wait it out.
Yeah, I think na split na rin yung DDS, diba? They're gonna be the super diehard Tatay Digong ones who will never accept the EDCA situation, the drug war, the De Lima situation. Although, I expect, bro, kung mapalaya si De Lima, God willing, I expect some backlash and all.
Magagalit talaga yan.
Some would just say something and then move forward, but others will go crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's a very bizarre situation, no? And then, di ba, yung mga pro-DDS, napakalakas sa rep tagging. Ngayon, yan ang kakampi nila sa EDCA, di ba? Yung mga Makabayan block, yung mga left, yan ang mga against EDCA na ka-team nila ngayon with Tatay Digong. So weird na naman yung situation dyan. So speaking of realignment, may realignment na rin sa kabila, di ba? Na nagsasama ulit yung far right or whatever and then yung left, etc. So, but I think Marcos is in a very good political position right now because he's splitting all other camps right and left, no? Parang si Aimee na lang yung critical sa kanya consistently. Aside from Riza Ontiveros, given na yun si Riza, di ba? But like, Aimee is the only other one I can imagine na top figure who consistently ino-oppose yung kapatid niya.
Yun yung sinabi ni Trillanes, even si Senator Riza, she is critical sa mga issues. Pagdating siya sugar, pagdating sa ano, pero hindi siya yung oppose sa lahat. So ang layo So even doon, you can see yung difference dito kay Marcos compare doon sa previous one
Yeah, but Marcos, because also Marcos is playing his cards very well carefully for now, at least the first year, honeymoon pa, no? Let's see what happens. Kasi kung hindi mapalaya si De Lima 1 more year pa or 2 more years, things could get a little bit, testy. If Marcos suddenly does something funny with the Chinese, that could make things testy. So for me, so far, Marcos is ticking all the boxes. But can he sustain that over 6 years? I'm not gonna vouch for that. But I think Marcos is finding his way. Kasi siguro kung ikaw si Marcos, the ultimate thing you want to achieve right now is hindi lang full rehabilitation but full redemption, no? Yung idea na kakalimutan na natin ginawa ng tatay ko kasi ako nung nasa power ako, maayos naman ginawa natin.
Maayos naman, no.
So wag niyo na anuin yung anak ko si Sandro. Wag niyo anuin yung asawa ko, because I feel they're part of Marcos Jr. is really about that na parang he just wants to make this easy for Liza. He wants to make this easy for
Sandro and the other boys.
The 3 sons. Exactly.
I think that's the goal
Father.
Parang they lived a life na they were parang ang pangit ng tingin sa kanila for how many decades. So he doesn't want that for his sons. Yun yung play siguro nila But he just wants to get this over with. Matapos na tong 5 years na to.
Yeah,
maayos. I'll survive. Tapos maayos sa mga anak ko. Baka ganun So
Lalo kung bro,
Weird.
yung maging full cabinet niya after May ay maayos na talagang fully representative. Lalo kung maraming mga progressives, liberals doon. That would be a very interesting situation because ang lakas, ang solid na yung mga foundation niya. Ang hirap, it would be so hard to shaking off. Kasi legislative, Romualdez, solid na sa kanya. Si, Migzubiri is, very much on the same, page. Kaya nga very strongly against federalism siya. Kasi even BBM doesn't like federalism. He's saying, wag na natin paguluhin yung usapan. Ayusin lang natin, let's get the investors in. I'm getting all the investors in. So yeah, I think that's interesting because if you look at the economy, the inflation is still not anywhere good. It's going down, but it's not anywhere good. Marami pa rin mga scandals, yung sa sugar importation, mga ganun.
Agriculture, ang dami pa rin problema.
Ang dami pa rin problema, di ba? I mean, if you itemize it, kaya nga yung mga super dilawan talaga, yung talagang never Marcos, let's just call them never Marcos types, marami silang pag-usapan eh. But I think for vast majority of Filipinos, parang look at the big picture, parang kailangan natin medyo kalmahin, wag na tayo masyadong polarized, medyo kumbaga yung unity na pinagtatawanan natin, in a way it's becoming the name of the game, right? So
and yung ito napansin ko lang, same kay Duterte, same kay Marcos, you just have to spend so much on infrastructure. Parang yun lang masaya na yung Pinoy eh. Umutang ka lang ng napakarami, ilagay mo sa infrastructure. Marcos is building building a bridge, Bataan, Cavite, building a bridge, Mindoro, Batangas, roads dito,
pero bro,
pabahay
yun kasi,
dito.
diba? Sorry, I'm pushing. But yun din eh, bro. Aminin natin, the reason why marami sa atin desperado supposedly for, a strongman tatay figures because daming kapalpakan. I think we're just desperate. Kaya nga sinasabi ko doon sa mga dilawan na sobrang galit sa voters. Like, stop blaming them. Unlike you guys na may SUV at may, I don't know, masaya business class, yung karamihan ng Pilipino, everyday grind, is horrible situation. Ako, nagko-commute ako nung panahon ni Pinoy. God bless him. I have nothing against him. Pero nagko-commute ako noon. Horrible. As in horrible. Lalo yung APEC time, nag-MRT ako noon. Alam mo yung APEC time ng 2015? Good luck, bro. Good luck. Tapos, ang liit ng EDSA, nag-EDSA na lang. Kalahati nun, binigay dun sa VIP. And then every 10 minutes may dadaan na isang limousine. Tapos kami lahat para mga kawawa dito sa gilid. Bro, come on! That was ridiculous. Tapos may laglag bala ka pa. And of course, until now, tignan mo naman yung Philippine Airlines, tignan mo naman yung terminal natin, nakakahiya. Pagpasok mo ng Pilipinas, unang-unang makita mo, ang layo natin. Forget about Hong Kong, Singapore. Vietnam lang, talo na tayo ng malayo eh. So, actually, even Cambodia, medyo maayos sa airport nila. Just to be honest, bro. Myanmar, no, medyo ano pa. So, I'm just saying, bro, na we should understand the Filipino people also want another right, which is economic right. Maganda yung pwede kang magsalita and all, pero dapat may matino kang kalsada, may matino kang healthcare, may matino. So, you're absolutely right. If he gets himself focused on low-hanging fruits, which is basics, services lang.
Basics, roads,
will be behind him.
Trains.
Exactly, yung basics.
Highways.
Exactly. And I think kaya naman. I mean, yung projects ni Balisacan is $370 billion. At marami dyan maging PPP together with businesses, private here, abroad, etc. Ako, I'm optimistic even if kalahati nun ay medyo simulan. Hindi naman matapos lahat yan, for sure. I think the Philippines will be in a good place in 10 years. Magiging sobrang iba ang Manila. Including the fact that in 2025, in 2 years from now, bubukas na yung mga first stations ng underground, bro. Maka-subway vlogs na tayo. Feeling New York. Diba? So, New York.
Pero ang thing nga dito, marami doon sa mga projects na yan, nasimulan nung panahon ni Pinoy. Diba? He was the one who
tinuloy ni Digong na hindi natapos.
Tinuloy ni Digong, tinuloy ni Bongbong. So, parang nasa kanila yung
God bless. Kaya masabi ko, God bless also Aquino. I hope he started earlier. But I think we also have to give credit if BBM continues it and finishes it. Let's not be like that. Kasi dapat, ang problema sa atin, credit grabbers tayo lahat. Gusto natin, isa lang yung, why not give it to all the administrations who did it right? Late Arroyo, who fixed the macro, Aquino, who made sure we go to the next level, Duterte to a certain degree for getting the infrastructure up, especially Jokno. I'm talking about really Jokno, not Duterte, as if may alam si Duterte sa mga ganyan. And then for BBM continuing it, appreciating it, bringing Balisacan, keeping Jokno in the mix. Maayos. I mean, ako, that's the reason why kahit dami kong frustration, Philippine Airlines pa lang dami kong frustration. Ang sabi ko, konting pasensya na lang, in 3 to 4 years you'll see the difference. Kasi bro, naalala mo 10 years ago walang BGC talaga? There was no BGC at all. Ortigas and you know, a lot of QC, maraming pangit dito, di ba? Aminin natin. Ngayon, ang dami maayos na lugar dito.
Dami na. Puro mga ano na, mga enclaves ng ganun. Even sa mga probinsya.
Lalo na yung airport nila, mas maganda. Cebu, Iloilo, mga ganyan. Baguio, wala
so,
pa.
ang dami. It's the corporations who are doing a lot of that. Of course, helped by government kung ano mang tulungan nila. Pero ito tanong ko, Richard.
Sino kumuha ng pera sa bank? Sino naglayang pera sa bank? Tayo.
So, ito tanong ko, Richard. If ganyan yung trajectory ng Philippines, what should the opposition do? Kasi syempre, with all the success na ganyan, ang kulang is corruption. So, hindi pa rin na-address yung main root na corruption. Hindi yung nilalaban ng opposition. So, paano makakasingit yung opposition? What should the opposition do moving forward? Kung alam na natin na things are only going to get better, di ba, mas mahihirapan makabalik yung opposition. So, ikaw, what should they start doing now?
Ganito bro, the opposition is preparing for Sara eh. So, ang line ng opposition is wag na natin ibalik ang mga Duterte, right? So, even if they'll make some deal with Marcos somehow or they'll work with Marcos, the idea is let's prevent Duterte's coming back. So, that would be one line. Second line is to keep Marcos' feet close to fire, meaning mamaya baka masyado ng komportable si BBM kasi andun lahat, baka mamaya, di ba? So the idea is that you constantly remind BBM, you're not gonna have everything easy, right? We are with you when you're doing right, pero kung medyo may kapalpakan, we'll increase the heat on you para you get things right. And in fairness naman kay BBM, napansin ko, pag medyo may backlash ng husto, he adjusts naman. Hindi siya yung Tatay Digong style na mumurahin ka pa, bakit tingin mo mas magaling ka? Hindi siya ganun eh. He gets a little back. Case in point, Maharlika Fun. Nakailan variations na siya. Di ba yung first variation, andun na si B. Ngayon, naka-6th variation na tayo ng Maharlika, 6.0. Bakit? Kasi every time may backlash, i-adjust niya. For me, at least there's an openness and malleability to positive change. Although, of course, it cuts both ways. No? Mamaya, may gagawin siya maayos, mabacklash yung mga oligarch ka, hindi niya gagawin. But my point is, at least there's an openness with this president that was not there with Duterte. So, opposition should use it to the most. But I think really maging rallying cry ng opposition is two things. Prevent Duterte coming back, another Duterte. Second, whatever Marcos achieves, ile-level up pa natin yan. Not only growth, but good governance. You know what I'm saying? Not only good roads, pero lesser corruption, right? Not only, but better. So plus. Ganun, yeah.
So, ibig sabihin mo, don't be too anti na lahat na lang ng ginawa ni Marcos.
See me, right? I'm case to case. I'll criticize him on this. I'll support. Because we have to make it case. Otherwise, maging mukha kang loser. Sour loser. Toxic. Yeah. Diba? Wala makikinig sa'yo sa ganun. Kaya ngayon iba dyan, huwag na natin pangalanan. Wala na nakikinig sa kanila. Irrelevant na sila. Nawalan pa sila ng blue tick nila eh. Yung palang yung blue tick nila. Wala na silang bragging rights ngayon. Saan ka na ngayon? That's it. That's it, bro. Pero ito, sana manalo tayo sa FIBA in a sense at least we can enter octofinals. For sure, masaya na rin tayo. Sana sa basketball tayo. Yun. May cover mo yung FIBA? Yung FIBA.
Alam mo, ang daming problema pa nun sa basketball. Mabilis lang. Kasi yung SEA Games na next week.
Correct.
Ngayon pa lang tayo magsisimula ng seryosong practice. So we are 1 week away. Hindi nakapag-prepare, ang daming sablay. And yung mga kalaban natin, Indonesia, Thailand, they have 3 naturalized imports. Kasi walang limit. Tayo, we only have 1.
Mga NBA, mga
NBA players mismo.
Lalo tayo, walang pera yun eh. Exactly.
All you need is an Indonesian passport kahit naturalized ka. You could play. They have 3 imports. Tayo, isa lang.
Delikado.
We might lose yung dominance natin sa Southeast Asia. Kaya nakakalungkot lang din.
Kasi matalo tayo.
Baka mag-bronze pa tayo next sa SEA Games next week.
Pero biglang sa FIBA nag-next level tayo, di ba? Umabot tayo ng quarter.
Doon sila bumawi. It's in August pa naman. Nandun si Clarkson.
Boom! Booyaka shot. Thank you very much, bro. That was nice. I enjoyed that. Mamaya na, next time na lang si Cynthia Villar. Hindi ko na lang pag-usapan. Baka makorte tayo. Huwag na natin pag-usapan. Alright, bro. Thank you so much. That was
Thank you.
fantastic. I really enjoyed. Ang ganda ng usapan. I really like this one kasi napapaisip rin ako, ano gagawin ng opposition ngayon. But you can see, I'm constantly reflecting on this kasi it's a surprising landscape. No, none of us saw it coming. I mean, I was cautiously optimistic that things will not be as bad as many people feared. But I'm still open to even better things for the country. Because at the end of the day, I just want things to... Kawawa naman tao natin, parati tayong kulelat, let's hope it works, whoever is the president. Yun lang. Yun lang naman sa akin Please don't cancel me na naman. Mga Kathniel nga, galit na sa akin. Patawa ako yan.
You call them Kathniel kasi, Kathniel.
Kathniel, ayan.
I'm calling them Kathniel, kaya ka binabat
Lalo ako maano diyan. Malpak na naman ako. Pati ko Liza Soberano, sabi ko Liza, di ba? Something like that, yan. Obvious talaga na hindi ako ma-showbiz, no? Kaya, kasalanan mo yun, bro. Hindi mo ako na, crash course, Isang araw, talaga ako. Ito, ganito, pangalan, Liza, hindi Liza. Ito,
Niel. Daniel.
Oh, Daniel. Correct, tama to. Daniel, Wala na yung Ayaw na magsalita, magkakasasabi tayo, bro. Ayan na. Maraming salamat, bro. Thank you so much. God bless you. So talk to you soon. Let's hopefully cover din natin ng FIBA, and then God willing, May na, let's at least do one or hopefully at least two, in studio tayo. Para
abangan nila yun.
To get the ball rolling and then bring in more and more interesting guests, Thank you very much, bro. Talk to you soon. Mag-ipon-ipon ka rin kasi tayo ng studio. Di na tayo kachikang. Alright. Sige lang, bro. Hingi tayo.
Bro, blue check. Peace out.
Doon. Wow. Sakit. Ouch. Ako. Ex-blue check. Ex-blue check. Ayan na. Wala na yung blue check niya.
Wala na yung blue check.
Wala na. Pero ako yan.
Bay, nabili ka na.
Ako yan.
Cross over to the dark side, Richard.
Yung inukana sa akin, bro. Hindi nakakatulog sa gabi pag nagbayad ng $8. Thank you, bro. Talk to you soon. Have a good day. God bless.